I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on 6ix9ine getting jumped. Man, it's one of those things where you didn't expect to hear that, but yeah, that happened. Yeah, 6ix9ine, he got jumped, and they beat him down, bruh. Them guys, like, nah, it was honestly, cause they showed the moments leading up to the jumping when one of the guys was like waving in his friend to come in, because they were at LA Fitness. And if you know how like LA Fitnesses are set up, they got like a lot of glass for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm like that. The LA Fitnesses, they be having a lot of windows and stuff. So they got like a window. They got a window to look inside the place. Then they got another window for like the front desk people. Then beyond that window, then that's where the gym is at. And I'm like, bro, how they got LA Fitness set up, it's crazy. But so anyways, in the video, you can see one of the guys that jumped him wave his friend to come in. And so they're walking in and stuff. And the way that they were walking, it reminds me of when Tupac, he was walking to go punch that gang member in the face the night that he got killed, or that he got shot. But that's what that reminds, like, they were out looking, okay? They wanted blood. And them guys got it. Got 6ix9ine in that bathroom and straight jumped him. Stomping him out, punching him across his head, kicking him. I mean, bro, it was one of those things where it was like, dang, bruh. Like, luckily, the LA Fitness employees had heard the commotion going on. And then, they called the cops and stuff. But, yeah, those guys, now they're looking for the guys. And I'm like, dang, bro. But see, here's the thing. Because I know a lot of people are, happy over the fact that 6ix9ine got jumped. Here's the thing. I can't necessarily say that I'm happy, but at the same time, I don't really feel all that bad for him. I'm not celebrating it, but then at the same time, it's like, well, what did he expect? I mean, because for those that don't really follow 6ix9ine, for those that don't really know this guy, like, if you're kind of confused, like, what's his deal? What's he all about and stuff? So, anyways, years ago, all right, when 6ix9ine had originally, came into the scenes, yeah, he had his songs blown up, he was doing his thing, but how I found out about 6ix9ine was that he was beefing with people. And one rapper that he was particularly beefing with, that he don't really beef with anymore, because I feel like this rapper then exceeded to higher levels than 6ix9ine, but the rapper Trippie Redd. Now, when Trippie Redd was like very first kind of like coming into the scenes and stuff, him and 6ix9ine, they were cool, I believe, at one point. But then I think it was some stuff had went down, and I think Trippie Redd had got jumped, and he knew it was 6ix9ine's guys and stuff. So, he, at that point, they were just beefing, going back and forth at it and stuff. And, it just looked like any other particular rap beef, right? Just looked like to me, it was just any other beef that would happen in the scenes, all right? So, anyways, fast forward. That beef had kind of died off. Now 6ix9ine is beefing with other rappers. Now he's starting to beef with Chicago rappers a little bit, right? So he's beefing with Chicago rappers, but it wasn't as bad as it was, So anyways, but one particular rapper that he was beefing with, and I'm like, bro, out of all guys, because I feel like this guy just got mad respect when it comes to the rap game, but Chief Keef. He started beefing with him. Even got to the point where he had hired a man to go either shoot at or shoot him, but hired a man to go shoot Chief Keef. So I'm seeing this stuff, right? And I'm like, hey, yo, this is crazy. This is insane, all right? But so then eventually it came down to it where 6ix9ine's karma, all the stuff that he's done, it came back and it bit him in the butt, all right? Now he has this racketeering, I think they call it like RICO charges, racketeering, whatever the charges are. But anyways, charges. I mean, some charges that could have sent this man to prison for the rest of his life. All right, it formed up against him. It formed up against the gang that he was affiliated with. And next thing you know, this man was in. And because at this point, he had cut everybody off. Because I believe like the gang that he was affiliated with, they tried robbing him. No, I think they did rob him. And I think they planned on killing him. They slept with his girlfriend. What other things have they did and stuff? Yeah, it was like them guys were, they were doing them dirty and stuff. And so, but anyways, it got to the point where 6ix9ine was sitting in one of those like interrogation rooms. All right. Cops walked in and they're all like, okay, so this is how it's going to go down. Before they could even get that out, 6ix9ine said they did it. They did it all. He was all like, each and every one of them. The little short one that, you know, he kind of got like the limp, but sometimes it switches legs and stuff. He's the ringleader out of all of it. 6ix9ine snitched. He snitched on the whole crew. Now, at the time being, I didn't particularly care about that. I didn't care that he had snitched. Because after all that stuff had came out, where it was all like the guys were trying to rob and kill him, so one of the ringleader had slept with his girl. No, bro, I was all like, hey, more power to 6ix9ine. I'm all like, the thing is this, because I'm not no street dude. I am a pedestrian. Okay, I am a law-obeying citizen, all right? I don't be going out and about setting myself up for failures and troubles. I'm not about that life. I'm not, all right? So I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm going to just let y'all know I'm going to be 100% honest. I am a pedestrian, okay? All right, I'm not no street pedestrian. I'm not no superhero pedestrian. I am a pedestrian that waits at the crosswalk, sees that it's ready for me to walk, and I walk across that crosswalk. I am a normal pedestrian, all right? But so anyways, but yeah, I did not feel bad for those guys. I was like, no, those guys knew what they were doing. They knew what they were getting themselves into. So yeah, 6ix9ine, he snitched. And then eventually, I think was it the beginning of like the COVID time and stuff. So yeah, I think it was at that time COVID started getting serious, and then at some point 6ix9ine was free, and the man came back out, bro. He came out of prison. And he did this live stream. The live stream went crazy. He released a song. That song went crazy. And then it was at that point, it was like, bro, like he is living. Yeah, he's gonna be forever known as a snitch. But I mean, this man done made it. All right, so. But then I felt like that he started falling off, all right, as a person. He started falling off. So he gets into it with Lil Durk and King Von. Now, if you don't know those guys, I mean, they're right up there when it comes to, like, you know, Chicago legends, like Chief Keef and stuff. But yeah, those so I think what had happened was that King Von had came out with a song or something. At some point in time, I don't know, but some beef has started happening between Lil Durk, King Von, and 6ix9ine. So when I started losing respect for 6ix9ine is when he went to the this area where, yeah, it was this area in Chicago where Lil Durk's I believe it was his cousin was shot and killed. And he made it seem like he was paying his respects and things. But the thing is this, I may not be a street dude, but I know when things like in a street way is disrespectful and stuff. That's disrespectful, okay? I might not be a street dude, but I pay attention, okay? I do my history lessons. I know my street smarts. And I know right then and there, that's disrespectful. You don't do no stuff like that. So, at that point, I started losing respect for 6ix9ine. And then, sadly, King Von was shot and killed after he got into a fight. And first person to, you know, because everybody's paying their respects. Everybody's like, you know, rest in peace, 6ix9ine. He's the only one being disrespectful. I mean, it was like, it's like, bruh, even if you have issues with this guy, still, why? Why? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like at times you just gotta throw that stuff behind you, because it's like you gonna have to live with that for the rest of your life, that you never did get a chance to make amends with King Von. And yeah, King Von probably wasn't one of those dudes to make amends and, squash beef and all that stuff, but still, at least try. And it's like, it's stuff like that where it's like, bruh, you gonna have to live with that. That's gonna eat at you. 6ix9ine don't realize that. He does not realize that stuff like that is going to eat at him for the rest of his life, that there's people in this world that he wants to make amends with, but they done passed, and now he can't. And he just gotta live with that. So anyways, at that point, I stopped listening, like talking on myself as a fan, of 6ix9ine at one point. I stopped listening to his music. I think I had unliked a lot of his songs. I was like, I don't particularly care for listening to his music anymore. I'm like, no, in my opinion, 6ix9ine has fallen off. Yeah, he might, have some things happen here and there. And I feel like this thing right now, him getting jumped, has been the biggest thing that has happened to him since he's gotten out of prison. So my thing is this, all right? You have to sit down and realize the patterns. You have to realize, who's toxic and who's not toxic. Chief Keef, he, had beef with 6ix9ine. He's focused on his music. He's focused on himself, all right? Lil Durk, he's focused on himself. Who else did sick? Trippie Redd, he's focused on himself. Let's just see if there's like a list of people that 6ix9ine had beef with. Because I'm curious. I feel like there's more people that 6ix9ine beef with, but people that 6ix9ine beefed with. The track, so yeah, Meek Mill. All right, so he beefed with Meek Mill. Meek Mill focused on himself. Eminem, I guess he even beefed with 6ix9ine. That's crazy. Here's a rundown. Every public beef involving 6ix9ine. Okay. So, Adrian Broner focused on himself. Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl, Danielle Bregoli, she's focused on herself. Casanova, I think he's in prison, or he's in jail right now. No, I think he's in prison. No, that's not. That's somebody else. I should have said like rapper and stuff, because they had like somebody from like 1700s pop up, and I'm like, okay, they're not even the same race. Who is that? And I'm like, so. Surrender too. So I don't think his case hasn't started yet. But Casanova, I imagine if he was out of prison, he would be focused on himself. And I mentioned Chief Keef. G Herbo, he's focused on himself. Jay Prince Jr., don't really know who that is. He's focused on himself. Jay Critch, I don't know who that is, but he's focused on himself. Juice WRLD. So they said in June, rising Chicago artist Juice WRLD led a crowd of London concert goers in a F6ix9ine chant, which was inspired by recent comments that Brooklyn rapper made about Chicago artist. 6ix9ine appeared to take the high road in his response to Juice WRLD's actions, insisting that he's not concerned with any of the BS that's going on, before adding, I don't want to beef with nobody, but those words was proven to be hollow, as he proceeded to accuse Juice WRLD of clout chasing and poked fun at his emo brand of music. But that's the thing though, look at Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD, even though that made that man rest in peace, but look at his music success. Let's just overall look up Juice WRLD's monthly playlist. It will really surprise me that 6ix9ine will have more monthly listeners than Juice WRLD. But no, let's okay. So Juice WRLD, 31 monthly listeners. 6ix9ine, 9 million. Okay, so it's like, bro, musically, this man is doing better than you. And I feel like if Juice WRLD was alive today, he still would be doing better than you. He's beef with Ludacris. I'm like, bro, Ludacris has made millions from the Fast and Furious movies. He has the Fear Factor. I don't know if that Fear Factor show still comes on, but yeah, it's like, bro, Ludacris is doing better than you. Pierre Bourne, I think this is that music producer when they was like, hey, Pierre, you want to come out here? So bro, even a music producer? That's crazy. Rico Reckless, The Game, Trippie Redd, Vic Mensa, YG, Zilla Cami. I mean, you got to sit down and think about it, right? You got to sit down and think about it. this man has beefed with all these people, all right? Has challenged them numerous times, all right? And then even the one time I remember, like that last time I remember really hearing something about 6ix9ine was when there's this guy that he looked just like Lil Durk. He looked like he could have been like Lil Durk's brother or something. But anyways, so him and the Lil Durk lookalike and Lil Durk, they ended up becoming cool with one another, right? So somehow, some way, 6ix9ine managed to get this guy out to his location and was just being weird, bro. He wasn't doing that because he thought he was like gonna be genuinely cool with this guy. He was just only doing that to make Lil Durk upset. And I think like it even ruined the guy's chances of even being furthermore cool because like Lil Durk look alike. Is that his name, Perkio? Because I don't even think he's not really doing anything. Oh, I think, no, he still is. He is. I think he kind of, no, I think, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think he's cool with Lil Durk anymore. But hold on. I don't think he's cool with Lil Durk because he's making posts and stuff. And, yeah, I was like, man, that's just, that's messed up, man. It was like he had a good thing going, and then it's like, yeah, 6ix9ine had ruined it, and I'm like, man, it's like, you out here ruining other people's money. But overall, the point that I'm trying to make is that you had to know that this was coming. You had to know that you getting jumped eventually was coming. And I feel like, bruh, that is a sign. You have to stop. You honestly have to stop what you're doing because you're going to find yourself in a situation where your security, again, ain't going to be with you. Because I feel like what's going to happen is that he's going to most likely have security with him a little bit, and then eventually it's going to get to a point where he thinks all that stuff done died off and he could go out about to places, right? But you have to understand, you have not even burnt the bridge. You have dropped a whole nuke, 10 nukes on all bridges, okay? All of them. I feel like that even after like years we can be in our 40s, right? We could be in our 40s. I still feel like people are going to challenge 6ix9ine. Like, cause I do feel like that 6ix9ine, he still has like a little bit of clout left, all right? He has a little bit of clout left, but it ain't good clout. This is the type of clout where it's like, no, you gonna find yourself in some struggling situations. So I do feel like though that the clout thing that's been established, but it's it's only gonna be just him just getting into more beefs, more problems, more issues, and that's it. Cause I feel like his music ain't doing nothing. So the only thing that he has now is just beefing with people, and eventually it's gonna get to a point where I feel like people are gonna be all like, man, I ain't worried about him, and then that's it. That's the end of 6ix9ine. But I do feel like if he keeps going at the route that he's going, eventually he's gonna find himself in a situation where he is dying. Or if not, he just flat out dies. And that's going to be extremely unfortunate for that man. So that's why I'm like, it's 6ix9ine. I highly doubt he's going to hear this, but you got to straighten up, all right? Because if not, I guarantee and I promise you, you're going to find yourself in a struggling situation, all right? So anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And if you're purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock 10% off your next purchase. And if you're purchasing any controller accessories from Fatal Grips, make sure you guys go use my promo code TMossBoss. That will also knock 10% off your next purchase. And that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.